Call forward the regular council meeting for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dr. Raglan this first day of November 2023 at 7 p.m. As we gather this evening, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of this council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. We are extremely grateful for the many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. Roll call. Councillor Banks.
Yes.
Councillor Caulfield. Here. Councillor Keller.
Here.
Councillor Coyle.
Present.
We have a resolution before us that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lyndoch and Raglan, adopt the agenda as submitted. Can I get a mover for that, please? I can move. Councillor Caulfield, second by Councillor Banks. Any questions, comments? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest with anyone on the agenda? Not on my part.
Not on my part.
Okay. So I have my address. I am pleased to announce that the township of Brunel, Lyndoch and Raglan has been successful for an Ontario Trillium Foundation grant for the Four Seasons Park in the amount of $104,500. This grant will create a multi-use fenced sports court to be located at Four Seasons Park for the benefit of all the residents of our municipality. Some sports that the court will be designated for are basketball, volleyball, pickleball, tennis, shuffleboard, hopscotch, and a foursquare, to name a few. The project is anticipated to break ground next spring, with a projected completion date of July 1st, 2024. Staff will be issuing an RFP for the project this fall to secure a contractor for spring. A big thank you to Marlene Ryan and Rick Clements, who worked with staff on the application, and also to the Four Seasons Park Committee, who is allocating $2,000 of park fundraising money to purchase sports equipment for the project. Stay tuned for progress updates as they become available, and keep an eye open for the grand opening next year, so.
And we're having our 40th anniversary this year, 1st of August.
Yeah,
So I'm afraid it'll all be finished and everything will look great.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
yeah.
I'm
Well-
sorry, Tammy, I did carry away. I'm a big kid and I'm not grown up.
Well, thank you for your, all your work, to you and Rick for putting.
Yeah, Linda was the one that really got us into it, because her daughter lives up near Kingston, some area there, and her grandchildren have been taking her to their court. And that's what it's like, and she said, Murray, we just gotta have one, because we need something for the older children.
Yeah.
Our playground area is mainly, I say, up to 12.
Yeah.
The merry-go-round is what they really like, and the tetherball and stuff like that. But we need, like, I wanna get the older children to get started in sports for school, like volleyball and basketball and things like that. That's my goal, wanting to get done. And then the seniors.
Yeah, yes,
And
because
moms
there
and
is,
dads.
there is a seniors pickleball group now at
Yes.
Palmer, so they may be able to utilize that area too. So, yeah, it's great news and it's exciting.
It's a lot of fun. They
Yes.
say it's a lot of fun. My granddaughter and the daughter loves it. They play it not a lot.
So I think Tammy has the RFPs ready and they'll be rolling out. So that we can get a contractor secured to start work in the spring.
Now, will the contractors that we spoke to, are they gonna be doing it?
They will be sent an invitation, but it will be publicly announced on the website and in the newspapers. It is an open RFP.
Yeah, so we have,
Anytime.
because of the amount of money, we have to publicly, call for the.
Well, exactly, I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, you still have to, like, we'll still have to monitor them to make sure that the quotes are legitimate and that, you know, they're not, that they're gonna do everything and,
Yeah.
yeah, so. But that can be all done over the winter, so they're ready to go in the spring.
I'll keep an eye on
What's the closure date?
Pardon?
When's the bids due and when's it closed?
I,
I'm hoping to have them closed in time for our December first meeting. if all
Okay.
goes as planned. The closing date for the RFPs, I have tentatively set for before December first, so we would bring the recommendation to council at the December sixth meeting.
yeah, so then the people would know who was successful, so they can get it, onto their schedule for early spring.
So that'll what, this week to the public?
Yeah.
Without time to bid?
January 6th. So the end of
Six bit of time to throw stuff together.
Then we should know by that time.
Okay.
Yes,
I'd just like to always, work with Andy to do it, and also the fact that it was a great example of, the various group coming together
yeah,
and doing, the results are fantastic.
Yeah. Well-
I think people, you know, of course, led by one Urban Marlene, who's champion roles.
things always work together, everyone works together, you have to work together because you don't,
Exactly.
you don't accomplish anything if you don't.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly, that's what it's all about.
okay,
I
so,
made a couple of calls to John. And the lady there, she was, I think, almost as excited about it as I was. You'd be surprised the people that stop in at that park.
yeah,
And you say,
yeah, it's a good place.
yes, it
It's gonna be a better place.
Yeah.
That's the exciting thing, it's gonna be better.
is.
So the exciting part is it's going to be better.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know.
it's only going to get
It
better.
always gets better, don't you know?
No, this is a big addition, right? It's really nice.
Yeah, yeah, we're very happy about that and to be able to help with that. Okay, I'll continue on with my report. I've attended 5 meetings in the month of October. The 11th and the 12th was the Health Committee and the Finance and Admin Committee at the county. October the 18th was info session in Eganville from the legal firm of Cunningham Swan, and there was a lot of good information given out there. On October the 24th, I met with John Stecco from the Legion and to accept a copy to accelerate the 2023 hockey campaign. October the 25th was county council, and at that session, we had delegation from Algonquin College. And I learned that the provincial government has a program for anyone taking the 4-year nursing program at Algonquin. If they take the course in Pembroke and they commit to work 6 months in the county for every year they attend, they don't have to pay tuition. So the tuition would be paid for by the province, and then you would have a trained worker coming out that you're gonna get at least 2 years worth of it.
That's the time to the hospital as well.
Yes, yeah, it's in the county,
Yeah.
like, so it could be the hospitals, wherever. And, I thought that was really a good program, being that they can take the course there, they can get their education and they can work right there. In the event that they take the course and they don't give their 24 months, it becomes a repayable grant thing. So they don't, they have to pay for their education. So I thought that was rather interesting and a really nice program for our area. The other thing at county council is the homeless issue. The city of Pembroke is working on opening, a warming shelter in one of the churches in, Pembroke, and they're looking for support from the county. I don't know where that's going to go, because then we have to think about if the county supports Pembroke, that isn't even a part of our county. What about Renfrew and Armfire? It is Fairfield County, so there's some issues to be worked out on that. The grind is still operating, their building where they operate out of is, provided by the county for $1 a month, so the county's already supporting, plus the social department at the county helps towards homelessness and they put people up that are, you know, to get them going. They were doing their count last week. The previous count from before was 44 homeless people in the immediate Pembroke area. But I mean, there's more than that. That's just the ones they have. So that's going to be a big issue coming up in the future. I mean, we're not affected by that as much because we really don't have anywhere for them to hang out or any way to survive. But people from our area to survive homeless will migrate to the cities. So that's just something for you to think about. Remember November the 11th, pause and remember the men and women who served in Canada's military. And if it's possible, attend an event somewhere. And the development charges, study is going to be left until February and will be discussed further at that time. I think they want to come back to each of the municipalities to get a better picture of what each municipality is thinking. So, but I guess from the response they've got, definitely anyone off of the Highway 17 corridor does not support it. So, and that is my report. The clerk's report.
Okay, so for the clerk's report, October has been a busy month. End of September, beginning of October, we had the new server installed in the office. The auditor was in the beginning of the month and completed the procedural audit. October 5th, I attended the tax working policy group meeting at the county. And in the afternoon, Jordan and I attended the shared services meeting that staff from other townships. October 13th, I participated in a Zoom meeting for community emergency management. That's the fall sector meeting that gets together a couple times a year. October 18th, Tammy attended the municipal law training in Eganville along with Val. And I attended a Zoom meeting for INFIPA training with the City of Ottawa. And October 25th, Tammy and I attended the Brantford County Treasurer Association meeting in INFIPA.
So has anything come out of the shared services meeting yet? Like has the little groups?
Nothing yet. I anticipate probably into the new year, you'll probably see some stuff starting to roll around. There was supposed to be a working group set up through a Teams platform.
Yeah, follow up from the shared
Yeah.
services meeting. There's a lot of good ideas that are.
Yeah.
Rolling.
For sure.
Yeah, it's just a matter of.
Connecting all the dots.
Yeah. Cause I think we should be looking at bylaw enforcement, like sharing services with someone, because we don't have enough to do it on our own. We don't want to have a bylaw enforcement officer going out and looking for problems. We just want to be able to have a complaint driven, so that if you get a complaint, you can deal with it.
You look at some type of per event.
Yeah.
Charges on.
Yeah, yeah, so, you know, if some municipality has one and they want to enter into an agreement that if we need the service, we can call up and, you know, we pay per occurrence.
And just check to see if anybody's got a
Yeah.
underutilized, you know, something that's running at 65% and they want to top up, we look at working with them.
And there
Yes,
was a number of different things, but that was one of them. CDO was kind of another topic that was touched on.
yeah,
And much like other industries where they share
Yeah,
common CBOs, yeah.
IT services,
yeah,
HR.
HR, yeah, a lot of HR stuff. Public works and things, there's snow contracts, we can get into with the county, if there's roads we wish for them to plow.
Or vice versa.
Or vice versa, yeah, for sure. I thought they would maybe touch more into that, but they really didn't.
Yeah.
I know we can tender with them for winter sand and line paint and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All
So
through
you're
churches.
just, and,
Yeah.
they've got
You
the
get a
price
same
tag
discount,
discount.
yeah, so.
I
All
think,
that signs as well, signage for roads, they didn't really touch on a lot of that, but. I think maybe once it's working their.
Once it gets going, yeah.
yeah, right now we can contract with the county for line painting and sand and all that kind of thing. There's a deadline when you gotta put in what
What
you
you
want.
want, yeah.
Yeah. And HR services, we can use the county and they're reasonably priced. So,
Very much so.
That was the,
Yeah.
Okay.
Good news.
that's good. So. Delegations or presentations, we don't have any. Adoption of the minutes, we have a resolution that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan hereby adopt the minutes of the regular meeting of October 4th, 2023 as presented. Could I get a mover for that, please?
I can move.
Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Keller. Any comments, questions? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed, the resolution is carried. Committee and staff reports. We have a resolution that council for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan hereby accept the sale of the float trailer staff report for information purposes. Excuse me. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Quad. Could you do your report, please, George?
Absolutely, thank you, Majesty. We do have a number of reports tonight, so I'll be talking for a little while here, and I don't know if Tammy did that on purpose, but you know, up front here, so that's fine. It is nearing year end, and there's a number of things we need to wrap up. A number of issues that have come up since the last meeting, so. This is one of them, council was aware of this, the float trailer that we declared surplus household. It went for $1,316.38. There'll be a portion of that that goes to Dumb Deals for their services, and for just over $1,100 a bit. And it didn't leave yesterday, or it's, so that's gone.
Good news.
Good news, yeah.
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 Yeah. It looks so good to get so much of that stuff cleaned up.
For sure.
Okay, we have a resolution that council for the corporation of the township. Oh, we need to vote on this vote. So can I call for the vote? All those in favor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Opposed, the motion is carried.
Well, it's
Okay.
gone, it's gone now.
So we have
That's we're back.
We have a resolution that the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan declare the 2004 International Tandem Plow Truck as surplus. Further directs the operation manager to dispose of the surplus via Dumb Deals. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Quad. And Jordan.
Thank you. Again, so since last year, we purchased the wing from the grader, we kind of reworked our plans for spare vehicles. We don't foresee the need to keep a spare vehicle for plowing anymore. As the report shows, we have a number of half tons with plows, one has a sander, again, the grader with the wing. And I believe that if we were to go down, there was a vehicle, that the remaining vehicles will pick up the slack and be able to still meet our deadlines for getting the roads open under the minimum maintenance standards. So for us to license a truck, safety a truck, maintain a truck, just for it to sit in the backyard and maybe use it 2 or 3 times a year, it doesn't make sense. And I think we'll see a pretty good cost savings by eliminating this vehicle and utilizing the equipment that we already have. Council's all right. Moving forward with that.
Well, as long as you can keep the roads plowed with what we've got and everything. I see no problem.
And another point to that, if something major were to happen and did leave that vehicle, again, kind of ties into the shared services thing in the county. They have spare trucks that they keep in their fleet, and we are able to enter into an agreement with them to borrow.
That's great.
Bonner Valley is, for example, Bonner Valley last winter, they borrowed one of the county trucks for the entire winter.
I think you mentioned that in one of your reports there.
It's
Did
in,
you not?
yeah, it's in.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, I'm aiming to see no less than $10,000 to go business for that. It's a fairly decent truck.
Yeah,
Plowing package. The sander is iffy. But it works.
Good yard truck.
It's, good, yeah, for sure. No reason why it couldn't be put back on the road. So, maybe another municipality that's what we started with.
yeah. Okay, any other questions or comments? So I'll call for the vote, all those in favor,
Yes.
opposed, the motion is carried.
Okay.
Okay, we have a resolution that the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau and Raglan directs the operations manager to proceed with the purchase of a 2001 Cat M315 rubber tire excavator from J.R. Bryson Equipment in the amount of $49,500 plus HST. Further declare the 1998 JCB backhoe as surplus and direct the operations manager to dispose of via gut deals. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Banks. Question, your report, Chapman.
So recently, with working with the JCB, we ran into some issues where the throttle cable, the hand throttle cable broke. And it's kind of a unique setup where it's one throttle cable that links into the foot throttle and the hand throttle. And it's kind of an awkward setup. Staff did try to repair the issue, didn't have any luck. And now the throttle is stuck at half throttle and basically the machine cannot be used the way it is. It's a safety issue. The brakes won't hold it back if it's, so it's been flagged out of service and it's been parked. Along with all the other issues with the machine, it's been a bit of a nightmare since day one coming here. I'm not recommending that we fix it. I'd like to see it go. I'd like to see us look at a piece of equipment that is more versatile and more matched to our needs. We've done a lot of research and looking for the right equipment, piece of equipment. And we found a very decent piece of equipment for a very reasonable price. And, council supports that tonight.
That's that rubber tire.
It's a 2001, Cat 315. It's down in Stittsville. We did, took the truck down for service in Ottawa. I did take the opportunity to sneak in and have a look at it. Took it for a little test drive. Everything is
How many hours?
great. There's about 8,000 hours on it. Yeah. No, not for that type of equipment. So you'll see a number of years of service with that. No oil leaks, like where it's sitting, well, nothing, really tight machine. For the age of it. Really good. I got some pictures here. Show you guys. It's one, the 2001. So. Also with this, it is already plumbed. It's plumbed with a number of hydraulic outlets at the front of the boom for a brushing attachment. Well, that's another bonus that we can look at in the future. But we can do our own brushing. The only thing this is lacking compared to some other machines we looked at is the thumb on the boom and the front blade. We're talking with some other individuals who own these, the front blade really isn't, but it's not very useful against things. But this package, the way it sits right now, the ditching bucket, that's a major piece of equipment we can use it until it's meant for ditching. This summer alone, we spent more than $32,000 in renting an excavator. And a little bit of work that we did with it is, you know.
And with the wheels, you don't have to worry about asphalt or ground.
Exactly, you know, you can just, it's mobile, we don't need a float for this, you can drive it on the road. So that's another bonus. And so, the proposed payment, this is not a budgeted item, obviously. But I do propose that we use the surplus money that we're bringing in, so you'll have the plow truck. You'll have the full trailer money we brought in. We do still have $10,000 budgeted for our landfill, we dug out a little bit more this year. So that can be used for that too, we don't have to hire somebody for that. Later on in my report, you'll see there's another vehicle up for potential surplus as well. And the scrap steel we brought in already this year is totaling over $8,500, plus we have another pickup, presuming that we'll be close to that again, so. So everything combined, I foresee this machine being paid for by the surplus and what we brought in revenue this year.
For the excavator, do they have any maintenance records?
They did, and they actually, they took it through their shop too, and there was nothing major flagged with it, and nothing really major that's ever.
Based on the hours, it's normal for a unit like that.
Yeah.
It's worth the normal amount of hours I would expect.
Oh, for sure, for sure. As you can tell, it's really well taken care of, like it's. All cat parts been put on it, even the filters, we looked over, the hydraulic lines are all cat.
Well, it's down the road, right? That's where the dealer is.
This is actually sitting at the gate, it's a case dealership. But yeah, no, it's. The unit was a backup unit for a construction company, they had two of these. And they didn't foresee the need of keeping two of them around, it sat most of the time, and they traded it in for a track machine. So that's why. So, we were able to negotiate the price down a little bit.
Yeah, but it was worth the same amount of hours every year, it's a little over 4 months a year was worth.
So what are you gonna do with the backhoe then? You gonna put it on guts?
Yes, we would put it on
Do
the.
it again or something like that? With all the problems.
I've been seeing them going, and even some with the issues, I've been seeing them going for around 15,000,
Yeah.
so I expect between 10 and 15.
Okay.
And we're well paired and.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, any other questions or comments? I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Yeah. I think so.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
So when can you pick it up then?
I have a float arranged for Friday.
And you do have the money you said in surplus for this year. For this,
Yes, so any of the sales, like the surplus equipment.
yeah, close to that. Yeah,
We're gonna put it towards that.
you're pretty sure of yourself, right?
You can't turn that deal down.
Yeah, I know.
You could always cancel for it.
Yeah, I know.
They're holding it for us until tomorrow, so tonight is the.
Big night.
Big night. Yeah. Okay, that's that one.
Okay,
On
perfect.
to the next.
We have a resolution that Council for the Corporation of the Township of Brunel and Dr. Ragland directs the operations manager to enter into a purchase agreement with Marcel Equipment Limited for the purchase of a fully refurbished Cat 816F landfill compactor for $265,000 plus HST to be paid upon delivery in 2024. Can I get a mover for that, please?
For discussion?
Yeah. Moved by Councillor Campbell, seconded by Councillor May. Okay, Jordan?
Okay. So with this year's budget, we did. Budget for a landfill compactor. With the expansion that we started in 2022, the estimated lifespan of that expansion was 15 years, or what we have left is 15 years, when was the date on that, this fall, I believe it was, the calculation from. So we have 15 years left with the expansion, yeah.
On the landfill.
On the landfill, yeah. So with the way that we are compacting and covering our waste right now, so we're using bulldozer, and material that's found on site, or we're grinding things to cover our waste. We feel, or we know, that with the machine that we're using, it's not able to break down and compact our waste.
That's the bulldozer.
Bulldozers have wide paths and tracks, they're meant to float.
Yeah.
They don't compact, they don't break down. So what we're seeing is the volume of our garbage building up faster and faster. And we're not able to push it down and keep it, break it down. There's a lot of airspace in there that's happening. I can bore you with all kinds of details on this, but with talking with Marcel Equipment's one of the only facilities or businesses in North America that takes these landfill compactors in, refurbishes them to a like new condition. Puts a warranty on them and delivers them to your site.
What's the warranty like?
It's a we got warranty, I think it's all major components 1 year, and then there's power payment, it's 5 years or something. Anyway, so what you're getting is a refurbished unit. It's like we've actually traveled down to their location in London. We had a look at what they do, their facilities, and what machines they have. They have a lot of $23 million in used stock in their yards. And so they rebuild these things on a constant basis. And pretty much every municipality across Canada has either been in touch with and dealt with Marcel or have Marcel's equipment in their yards. So they're not a small little piggy business, they're big. They're not a fly by night, no, they know what they're doing. And they're partnered with CAT, which is right around the corner from the shop too, so they're able to bring in the CAT mechanics and certify the rebuilds that they do on, that's why you can get the warranty that they offer.
What year is that in?
The one that we're looking at is 1996.
How many hours on the,
That one. Put tests on everything that was on there. They had 2 identical ones there that, this one had one. 7,400.
I see, at the end of your report, it says the refurbished machine is expected to last from 10 to 12,000 hours.
Yeah, so when they do refurbishment, that's what they say, that you'll typically see 10 to 12,000 hours out of them.
Over and above what's on it.
Over and above what's on, yeah. So we tried to pick the one with the lowest hours we could find, and this one was a very clean machine, like I said to him, you don't have to paint that, I have pictures of it too, I can show you guys. It's really clean, and like, oh, he said, no, that's not how we work, they come into our shop, we strip them down, and they don't leave here until they look the way I want them to look. And you get guaranteed machine, so. New machine, identical to this one, today, $800,000.
Yeah, they're pricey.
Anyway, back to the 15 years of life and the way that we continue to do things, we have 15 years of life. And with this machine, Marcel's are saying that you will double the lifespan of your facility. So we just take that 15 years now, we have 30 years.
so you'll stretch out the landfill for sure.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Once they did it, basically, yeah.
So what's this thing weigh then?
Some ways, I'm not gonna answer that.
No, I just wondered, you know,
The
you got a great big
comes
book.
from the-
It's only
that's-
50,000 pounds. 50,000 pounds, and I'll show you the pictures if there's.
But the compaction is the wheels.
Is the wheels, yeah.
Yes, it's so good.
And that's the wheels on it are called, the design was sheep's foot.
Yeah.
It's, and he said, I worked on a farm, and he said, we had sheep, and he said, you won't believe how that manure was packed in, and it was real butter to clean in the barn. He said, you don't understand it, if you ever had sheep. And I said, I know what you're talking about. But, it pushes the material into the ground. And the layers below it, and it breaks it down, and pushes it, and pushes it, and pushes it. And the more you go back and forth on this, it pushes it in. Which means the lower it is, and the more it's pushed in, the less cover we're gonna have to use.
Yeah,
Like you
And he's
say,
got,
Sorry, does that also mean that there's gonna be a lot less debris flying around?
exactly, exactly, so there'll be a lot less cleanup for our staff too.
Yeah.
So like I said, with the bulldozer, we're floating on our garbage, we're not pushing it down, we're building up that elevation too quickly, and we're gonna lose our only landfill. And you're looking at either another costly expansion if we're able to do so, or possibly a closure. And then what?
is there land there to expand?
That's gonna have to be a
That.
study with the
In
consultants.
in the old days, it wasn't looking too good from what I understand, but I mean,
There's land there that I think with the watershed along the backside of it,
yeah,
we're,
yeah.
that's why all those wells are drilled.
that's what's kind of buggering us.
The chunk that we got, well, the township got years ago was fortunate, and I think that's probably the extent of maybe there. Probably have to find a new site is the big problem.
And that is should be,
Where you're hauling it out?
Yeah.
wow,
That's what we.
So that is the machine that we.
wow, that's quite a machine.
Kind of looking at the machines.
I wouldn't want to get run over by that.
Massage your back, you look right.
So just. It's, we have to do something, we know our dozer is not, it's not new either. There are a number of issues that are popping up with it too. That we're assuming that have spent a lot of money in or look at replacing it as well. And I think that maybe this is the proper time that we implement this and start.
So if we got this, we could get rid of the dozer then, really? Because I see this one has a blade on it too.
Yeah, this has a, they call it a dozer blade.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, yeah.
Some of them have buckets, some of them have blades.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't, wow.
It shows on the blade. We have a loader there, we don't even know what it is. So this is the machine. 50,000 pounds,
What's in our township year over year?
250 horsepower.
What's our growth in the township year over year? What percentage?
I don't know.
2 to 3%.
Will it even be that?
Less than that.
I was gonna say, yeah, it'd be less than that.
Are you talking about population?
Mhm,
I
yeah.
don't know, are we even growing? It's very little, it's very.
Very good, yeah.
So there's a good chance you'll stretch that dump out to 20+ years. And your machine, based on the hours that we use, it will, if the
Last
warranty,
that.
if well, yeah, if the warranty is really what they say.
Yeah, 'cause I read here that
It'll outlast the dump. If you look at it.
it just says
On the
here,
hours of the motor.
These machines, they hold their value quite well. So if we were to reset it, like,
Yeah.
cause it says here that a municipality would put approximately 250 hours annually on.
Yeah.
So which isn't a lot of
So the
hours.
way we operate now, we transport our waste once a week. And it gets used once a week.
Yeah.
3.
I was thinking worst case, we're really busy, 24 hours a week.
Yeah, if you're really, but it wouldn't be that much.
No, I haven't, it's not that.
No, our volume, whatever, is not, but we're seeing more and more volume too, that's just.
Yeah, we don't know what's ahead with all of the changes that's coming either.
No, so that's kind of an unknown. I did hear some positive news this past week too on listening to the news, somewhere in Quebec, they're supposed to be opening up
Yeah, the incinerator,
an incinerator.
Yeah.
they're looking for business.
They're looking for business, so they
Yeah.
think they can handle the city of Ottawa.
In the block, yeah, right.
Or, yeah,
So not that far.
it's not far, it wouldn't be bad, and I would imagine if they're looking for it, they'd drop truck
Yeah.
it, so. How
It's a
long
huge,
that's
it's a
going
huge,
to
it's a
take,
huge
no, but-
investment for them.
Yeah,
The budget to build that place, that's why they're looking for this.
Yeah. I think they can handle the entire county plus the city of Ottawa. Campbell's Bay.
Well, that's not that far from.
No, I was just gonna say, it's not that far.
Because they're looking at Brentford County,
Yeah.
very close by, right?
Yeah, so if that is a goal, when we stretch our facility out for the next
Yeah.
20-30 years,
Maybe.
it might be up and running by then, that's our option. So. We did, so we did budget 250,000 this year for this machine. We won't see it this year, because this is it, and it's formed right now, it has to go for refurbishment. We won't see it until January. So that will fall into next year's budget, we'll just roll that in.
We'll just roll that 250 into reserve and then.
Yeah.
whatever the income is.
It'll
So
come.
we still have to-
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions, comments?
Yeah, and you mentioned, Jordan, we'll get rid of the bulldozer.
The bulldozer, yeah, once that lands here, we know, yeah, for sure, then we got that.
It's pretty well washed.
Okay, I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed, the motion is carried.
Okay.
Okay,
One more piece of equipment,
final resolution.
free.
That the council of the corporation, the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan directs the operations manager to proceed with the purchase of the 2019 Chev 1500 from Rita McLean for $39,900. Further declare the 2018 F-250 and plow as surplus and direct the operations manager to dispose of via gov deals. Can I get an order for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Keller. Jordan.
Thank you, Your Worship. Last purchase for the evening, and we're gonna end with some good news after this one. So we were, actually, this vehicle was presented to us, the individual looking to sell it, her husband is deceased, and she has no use for the half ton. So it is a 2019, has a roughly 20,000 kilometers on it. So still has some warranty on it as well. Currently, our waste site attendant is driving a 2008 F-250. It is gonna be slated for replacement next year. We also have a second 2008 F-250 that should be gone now. It's pretty rough. It's getting to be rough, yeah. We figure this is gonna be a decent replacement for it. The price is pretty good.
Not gonna put a plow on that, though, right?
And no, I'm gonna go allow one. So this will carry the fuel tank and the program too. Equipment, when we say that it's not using. Oh, yeah, it's just a straight 50 generation, that's not a. Yeah, don't know what the F-250 would catch us through gov deals. Last year's whole one was 500 or more, it was in rough shape. This one will be okay.
You're gonna sell the plow or
The plow and rain, the plow that works, yeah.
the V plus,
It's one of these,
so you get your money. Out of the plow.
when we should, yeah, I expect probably $4,000 to $5,000, maybe a little bit more.
And the 1500 4-wheel drive.
It is 4-wheel drive, yeah. I have pictures of it.
Which is.
That's just income bringers, so.
He must have just bought that one.
He bought it, and he wants it. Really, it's clean unit, we've been, our wayside attendant has some concerns with the vehicle he's driving, so I was looking to do something before winter,
Yeah.
and this popped up, and it seemed to be a good investment, since we are looking at both those 2008s will have to go next year.
Yeah, you just can't afford.
Nothing lasts forever, and if we were to buy new, When I have my report, I looked up, they're around 65,000 just for a plain Jane.
Just a plain base.
And that's 1,500, that's 2,500 plow. And the cost of financing and borrowing right now is not good, so
Okay.
You wanna, you're gonna
Further
get
from
that this year?
council?
this happened, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would propose, since the down back is not coming this year, I would use that budget.
Okay, so then with the sale of the truck, probably somewhere around 35.
Okay. We'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay. We have a resolution that the council for the corporation, the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan accept the staff report regarding the progress update on the BLR Community Center public washrooms for information purposes. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Banks. Jordan?
Thank you, your worship. My last report for the evening. Somebody else can take it from here, but we'll end it on a happy one. We were able to secure a contractor to finish public washroom at the community center. It's a new business that started up in town, and we're excited to start working with them in the near future. So it's rapid and and they expect to have the project wrapped up by the end of December. So that's Silas Bush.
Okay.
So he tendered in at $6,000, that's for hourly. The municipality already purchased most of the materials to complete the project.
Yeah.
That's kind of in COVID before COVID started there. He's gonna need some odds and ends, and we do have a budget for this, so we're good.
So the tender was just for hours only,
Hours
hours equipment, not material.
No, municipality is gonna respond.
And it's ton of materials, so, and there's no, it's kind of open-ended, ton of materials or is it locked in?
It'd be open for the most part, if you go over this, we budgeted 25,000 for the project.
Okay.
So we're anticipating that it's gonna be way under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we have all the,
Most of the materials are here.
Yeah.
He's gonna need concrete for the front step, some drywall and maybe some studs and a few pieces of electrical. It's kind of the most that we have, most of the stuff here.
Was that in the bid to supply that or no?
No, like I said, we would supply that through our home hardware account and so we will be responsible for that,
yeah, because that's a long overdue.
for sure. Yeah, no, it's nice to get that tied up and nothing. Okay.
So we can have one. Call for the vote, all those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Resolution is carried. Correspondence, we have a resolution that we, the council, the corporation, the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan hereby accept the correspondence as circulated. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Papa, seconded by Councilor Keller. Okay, so we have the correspondence listed. Is there anything anyone wants to hold from that? To deal with separately.
I didn't see anything myself.
Okay, so, I'll call for the vote on it. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yeah.
Opposed, the motion is carried. Under new business, we have an application to create a right of way. For consent, the 8023 and the 8123. We have the resolution of the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan. Approve the consent application number B 8023 and B 8123 from Jason Stevens for the creation of two right of ways, providing that there is satisfactory access And then all the conditions as listed in the county board for planning report concerning this application are met. And I'm gonna move it to that, please. Moved by Councillor Capel, seconded by. Councillor. Any questions, comments?
Exactly, where is this? They don't really,
It's out,
I see where the Quadville Road is.
yeah, well, you know where Durkee's greenhouse was?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, down that hill, that road that goes in the
Oh, okay.
bottom, there's an access in there for a bunch of severances and they need. There's different property owners in there and I guess they need some right of ways.
Some right of ways,
Did
okay.
Jason come to council before, did he not? Was there?
No, I don't ever
I
remember.
don't think,
This will look familiar to you from an application that came forward from the McIntyres in
Yes.
2021. Their application didn't benefit Jason Stevens, so now he has to do his own.
Gotcha.
So it's the exact same right of ways, except it also includes his portion to the down his property.
Okay.
I did ask the county the question because the McIntyres were directed to enter into an agreement with the township for the crossing of the road balances. And the county replied with that, it was the county that had recommended the agreement to the township in the planning report for that. And now if the township chooses to require, that is up to council. You may want the agreement updated to include the portion that goes to his property, it wouldn't be unreasonable, and that way it's also referenced on his title. That's a council decision if you want agreements with him for the road laws crossings, which are established already with the map.
I think it would be a good idea because it protects him in the future. It protects whoever would own that piece of property in the
Yeah, down
future.
the road.
Yeah, I think it would be in our best interest to request that.
I agree.
Because then, you know, down the road, then it gets all lost and then he says he's whoever it is at landlocked and they've stopped them and it just could be a big kennel.
Yeah.
I will include that in my municipal report to the county.
Okay,
That easement that's mapped that he's proposing, I assume that's already on Old Road or something already?
Yeah, the part that is different in comparison is the one piece that is down to Jason's property. I don't know if that's a road or severed yet or not, that's what's interesting.
that was built in there, that road. That
Okay.
tires had its
Oh, right.
surveyed, severed to be able to sell lots in there. Cause I think they sold a bunch of 100-acre lots and whatever in there. Okay, so I'll call for the vote on that. Would we amend the resolution for that?
Technically, I don't even have to bring this to council, it's just, concerns, but I don't think you need to, but I will make sure it's included in the.
Okay, so I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
yes,
Opposed, the motion is carried. 11-2. The lead council of the township of Greenell, Dr. Ryland hereby approve the cost of $395 for a business size advertisement in the Royal Canadian Legion Ontario Command's 11th annual military service recognition book.
We done it every year.
yeah,
I
I'm just
know.
gonna say we do it every year. So,
Would we be better making a donation to the Legion for something specific than this? I don't think anybody, I don't know anybody that would ever see this book.
I think the money going towards something would be better.
yeah,
Yeah,
if they get something better, yeah.
we need a mover for it, for the motion.
Um,
Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Quad. Okay, so do we want to continue with it, or do we want to maybe do a donation to the Legion locally?
Yeah, I think I prefer donation myself.
yeah,
We could give it to the Poppy Fund.
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah.
Because I don't know if any of you have seen the book.
No.
Well, it's not a very big book.
We just got the 10th edition in weeks ago, and it sits on the counter.
Yeah, and it's only, is it that thick?
Oh, it's about thin.
Oh, really? Okay. Okay, so then, if we wanna do $395 or round it up to 400 to the poppy fund, then this motion will be defeated. Yeah, okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
You're voting on the resolution on.
You're voting on this
Oh,
one.
no, okay.
Okay, the motion, the opposed?
I'm sorry, I was reading, what's going on?
So we're voting to defeat this motion. If you're opposed to it, you vote.
Well, I'm just reading here, you know, it's saying proceeds raised from this annual appeal are used to support veterans. Transition programs to help modern day veterans that suffer from PTSD and other challenges in the province.
So the money's still going to something worthwhile,
Yeah,
it's not just an outcome.
It's not just the,
it's not just the book,
No,
what I'm saying, no.
but would we rather have our money locally than?
there's pretty few
Well, I mean,
veterans around here, I
the
don't think.
coffee fund, doesn't that all go into one?
General account or something like that.
Pardon?
That poppy fund, that's just for poppies, is it not?
It is, but it's used to support veterans.
Yeah,
Oh,
and the money they raise is to support the veterans.
Yeah.
So then if we gave it to the
What I mean-
local legion, then we would see local people
Support,
get
that's what I mean, yeah.
support rather than this, we have no idea where it goes.
I'd rather see it support local.
Yeah.
Maybe,
My preference as well.
Okay, I'll call for the vote again. Those in favor?
you in favor of that, she means,
Oh, sorry. Okay, those opposed?
yes.
Okay, the motion was defeated. Now we need someone to move
Make
a
a motion,
resolution to donate. We may as well round it up to $400 to the poppy fund at the Berries Bay Legion, what we are the one.
Mhm.
You need someone to move that motion. Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Quad. Will be the second resolution. Okay, so we have the resolution, moved by Wayne Banks, seconded by Kevin Quad. That council for the corporation of the township of Brunel, Linddock and Raglan hereby authorizes the donation of $40. 400, yes. And to the local legion in support of veterans. Would we say to the poppy fund or just to?
So we're giving it to the property fund, and you don't know where it's going.
Okay,
If you
okay.
don't region, it's specific to the region.
Okay, okay. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? The motion is carried. Okay, winter 2023-2024 winter maintenance for Craig Mills Road. We have a resolution that we, the council of the township of Reno and Dr. Ragland, hereby accept the quote from Carl Nail Township for the winter maintenance of Craig Mills Road for the winter season of 2023-2024 at the same costing as last year, $1,512. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Banks. Discussion, questions, comments?
I think they've done it for years,
Yes,
yeah.
they have.
The price sounds reasonable.
The price is very, very.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we couldn't drive up there.
I was looking at thinking, is it from down the driveway? Like, that's so reasonable.
It rolled back.
No, but I mean, that's a great price.
We are working on a similar agreement, for Ruby Mine.
okay,
Oh, okay.
In the past, we would switch off year to year,
yeah,
our neighboring municipality. But we are working on something for them just to look after.
yeah,
Yeah, cause we don't go in there, or do we?
Well, it's not far in, but it's.
But it's a lot,
Right,
right?
our bus trying to get that hill.
yeah.
We don't have to go the extra few miles, we're coming right past it. But that's just.
Okay, so I'll call for the vote on that. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. Okay, so we have position recruitment and retention for Barry's Bay and area. We have a resolution that we, the council of the township of Brunel, Lindau and Ragland hereby accept the decision, recruitment and retention plan is provided for information purposes. So, could I get a mover for that, please?
I can,
Moved by Councillor Capel, seconded by Councillor Dodd. Okay, so you have the correspondence. What was the financial commitment for the last one, Sheldon?
I don't know.
That's what I was gonna ask as well.
Yeah,
I know it was population based, 14,000 a year.
I know we got 14,000 back when they dissolved.
So it's,
But, I know we had a meeting in, what was that? September? Beginning of September? At the hospital,
Yeah, with Jason, you guys had a meeting with Jason.
Yeah. and they were talking about this and the law, Hillary Richards, us with me, were all represented. And, so we told them to put a proposal in writing of what they were thinking. And I know it's pretty scary when you look at, Jason, for example, that holds regular office hours in his office all week and spends 40 hours in the emerge in that same week. I mean, it's only on the goodness of the doctors that we have there that are committed, that put in that time until we're gonna have a full submerge.
You have no idea how lucky we are.
Yes, I know. So this is what they come up with now. There's a meeting, a Zoom meeting. I got notice, for December the 8th at 1 o'clock. I don't know what council's feelings is on this, so.
It's an important topic.
It's a very important topic. And we did accomplish a lot when we had the last committee. And I know that I think the reason that you've been correcting on this, the reason that committee was dissolved was because they felt it wasn't a municipal responsibility, that it was a provincial, when we know what the province is doing. We were successful when the municipal committee was going. I mean, there was a bunch of new doctors brought in.
No, it helped
Yes.
with
We would
funding
be,
folks and paying down student debt, and lots of good programs.
yeah,
And it'd be nice to see it come back, honestly.
well, I think this is just my opinion. I think that if we want to help, with being sure that we have medical coverage for our local citizens, we are going to have to be involved.
Oh, no, we have to step up.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. And we're very fortunate we have the Barry's Bay Hospital, like, we're so lucky.
Yeah, we're lucky that place was put together, I think, was Paul the one that pushed hard for that way back at the beginning?
I think so,
I
yes,
believe it was Paul,
Paul and Henry.
because today we wouldn't get a hospital. We're lucky we have that one there.
No,
Today we would not have a
and
hospital.
when is new expansion coming?
We're in phase 3, it's kind of a quiet time right now, waiting for stuff to come back from the government.
Yeah.
So it's a quiet time, can't discuss a lot of things that are going on,
Yeah.
but we're in a good position, we're hoping for news soon, and yeah.
Well, the expansion, you just mean the emergency, right?
Yeah, the ER, and then the other upgrades to the hospital. Yeah. So yeah, the ER redevelopment.
So this 189,000 is the total they're looking for to be, funded by the group of municipalities. I'm not sure, I'm just looking to see here. It would be South Algonquin. And the Hillary and Richard. No. Is Vulture Valley in on that? No, they're.
Yeah.
Yeah, or actually,
So there's 1, 2. 3. 4. 5.
yeah, the details would have to be worked out as far as how you split that, right?
Yeah,
I mean, if you do, if there is a decision to go ahead, right? But if that's a one-time fee, I'm sure you're probably looking at. I only estimate on our part at least $30,000.
maybe that would be the high end, I would say. Because if there's 5 municipalities.
Yeah.
And 250, that would be 30 each, well, or the smaller municipality, us and I guess, South Algonquin.
Yeah.
So you think the last time it was the price, the cost was, by per capita?
Yes, it was broken down.
Yeah,
I believe it was.
so then we wouldn't be real bad. But I think if we leave it go much longer, we're gonna be in a very,
Thanks, one.
yes,
I guess what concerns me at this point in time is that it's a rework of the past physician recruitment committee. The return of service as the one-time fund, the way I read, and that can be corrected, it's for one position, am I correct?
It's,
That's the way I took it.
yeah,
So, okay, so you have 150,000 for one. I know I'd never be in favor of paying for locums. Like I said, that part of healthcare, I believe, really truly is hospitals' responsibility. I guess I'm just gonna have some convincing when it comes down to the breakdown.
yeah,
In the investment, I really, and this all comes down basically is my disappointment in the province. So I've always said, you can't tell me that the province looked at our population 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And said, we have X amount of physicians that are nearing the age of retirement, we should be increasing our residency to train this many more doctors.
yeah.
So, for me, it's the provincial responsibility, we all pay taxes and we all pay lots of taxes. And to me, the province has got to get it together.
so who's taking that message to the province to sort that out, so the province funds the hospitals?
We could, I guess we can do like any other council, we can pass a resolution.
Yeah.
And look for support from other municipalities. I know other municipalities have done it, it seems to fall on deaf ears all
It does,
it's.
I really don't know, like, where the disconnect is, like,
Yeah.
there's no common sense, like, common sense would have told them, yes, that we're, you know, we've got to start training more doctors and this and that, but it seems like there's no, they don't get it.
Well, it's just, and I know I'm getting off topic here, but you look at the whole process of immigration, and I'm not anti-immigration. But you can't bring 1 million people into this country and not plan for the infrastructure requirements that we need. That's why we're all faced with friggin' inflation rates beyond everybody's capacity.
And the housing
I
problem.
was just gonna say, the housing problem we have now,
So government's, it's simple for the federal government to make the problems and then simply shove it on the problem, on the municipalities, well, here, solve the problem. It's cars, it really is.
And on the other side of it, you look at immigration to drive up the tax base to put more money to,
Yes.
for the government
Yeah.
to do all these things. Right?
Absolutely.
It's to drive revenue, right, for the government to run things, and they look at aging populations and
Yeah.
people coming out of the pool and who's coming in behind, and
Mhm.
there's a lot of factors.
well, we mentioned that on TV there tonight, on the news, exactly what you said. You know, the aging population, you gotta bring all these people in,
To
they
backfill the jobs.
name the trades like carpentry and everything else, and you know, they look for the skilled trades.
I can tell you right now, there's a huge risk on healthcare, where we're gonna see people leave the industry and put us even more risk.
Oh, yeah.
If I might add, on our August 2nd council meeting, council passed his letter of support in regards to the healthcare crisis and lack of positions in emergency departments. And that was sent to you.
Cause they closed the one in Minden, wasn't it?
Well, there's been lots of emergency.
Yeah, but I mean, the last one wasn't in Minden, I think.
And Prospect closed different times.
Yeah.
Lots of emergency.
No, the one in Minden, it's closed, yeah, like, there's no more hospital.
Oh, they shut the hospital.
Oh, yeah, they shut the hospital right down.
Where's the hospital in Minden?
I'm pretty sure it was Minden.
Well, they closed an emergency, but I drove around Minden, I don't know how many times, and I've never seen a hospital. There's an ambulance station there, but I've never seen.
But I
any-
thought they said they closed the hospital in Minden, did they not?
Well, they closed the emergency
for
department,
sure, yeah.
but I don't.
Well, they must have a hospital if they closed emergency, I would think. Where would your emergency room be?
I don't know. Cause it's not a very big place.
Oh, no, I know, it's not a very big place.
So they moved the ship and everything to Halbert.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
you said that quickly. But no, it's a,
so, I don't know if that meeting on.
yeah, the eighth, I think the 8th of December. Right?
That to. See if our municipality supports it.
What was in the invite?
Huh?
What was in your invite to the meeting?
Just looking.
I'm pretty sure they're hoping for support.
It's a 90-minute follow-up virtual meeting with municipal mayors and CAOs along with Braden Cloud and Jason Malinowski. Doesn't say.
Well, to me, we've been given the request and the basis of each one, and I think there'll be a further conversation on it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there will be more on the council at a future meeting. Before a decision is made.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would, well, there'd have to be agreements entered into.
Exactly.
Like there'd have to be agreements signed and everything, because
Yeah.
we had that the last time.
Yep, yeah, that was very formalized agreements.
Yeah.
So,
So I guess basically it is information.
It's more information.
yeah,
Okay. So I'll call for a vote on that resolution and all in favor?
yes.
Yeah.
And opposed? The motion is carried. Okay, financial reports. We have a resolution that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Nandog and Raglan, accept the year-to-date budget variance and monthly expenses summary as presented. To get a mover for that, please.
I can move.
Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any questions, comments?
I'll take the move. And I've looked at it all before, tonight.
Is the planning and development because of the CBO? Or is that for expenses that we recoup somewhere else? Right?
That's the zoning, the short.
Okay, so that's recouped somewhere else. Yeah, planning and development, not building. Any questions from council, any comments?
Right on, not too concerned with Lucy.
Yes, looks good, we're not in any dire financial situation, that's for sure.
The only thing that, is off of it is, like I said, planning and development.
Yeah. Yeah, and that you recoup in another, so it'll
Yeah.
show in revenue
Mhm.
to offset it. Cause you don't know how much you're gonna spend on that in a year, it's an estimate. So, but I mean, if you spend it, you get to collect back from it, so. Okay.
And then it's fine to report it like that, you could report it differently and maybe look different, but it's fine to report it that way, yes.
It's the way it's set up in the accounting software, so. Okay, I'll call for the vote on it, all those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We have a bylaw, a zoning bylaw. A resolution that we, the council of the corporation, the township of Brunel, and Dr. Ryan, hereby adopts bylaw 2023-52, being a bylaw to amend bylaw number 8708 for the former township of Brunel, Lindop, as amended, having been introduced and read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Can I get a mover for that, please?
I can move.
Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments, questions? No. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes. Opposed? The motion is carried. Okay. We have a resolution that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindop, and Niagara, go into closed session pursuant to the Municipal Act 2001, section 239(2), for the purposes of subsection B, 2 items regarding personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. 1 item under section B, labor relations or employee negotiations, and 2 items under subsection F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Could I get a mover for that, please?
I can move.
Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Keller. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. I have a resolution before us, the council comes out of close at 9:06 P.M. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Clark. All those in favor?
Yes.
Okay, motion is carried. Welcome back, everybody, to our meeting. In closed session, council discussed two issues regarding personal matters about an identifiable individual, one item regarding labor relations or employee negotiations, and two items that was advice and is subject to solicitor client privilege. And we have a resolution from close that the council of the corporation, the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan hereby establish a BLR recreation committee consisting of one member of council, being Mary On, and as alternate councilor Claude. And those applications reviewed in closed session, final acceptance upon the completion of the measurable, I think it should be the sector check. The committee's mandate is to organize fundraising events, special events, and recreation programming for the community. Additional members may be added as applications are received to a maximum of 11 members. The BLR Recreation Committee will adhere to the terms of reference as outlined in bylaw 2023-27, being a bylaw to establish terms of reference for the BLR Recreation Committee. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Coppell, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any discussion? Comments, questions? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? The motion is carried. We have another resolution that council for the corporation, the township of Brunel, Lindau, and Raglan hereby direct staff to advertise for truck driver equipment operator. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Banks, seconded by Councillor Plot. Questions, comments? All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed, the motion is carried. Now, okay, we have a resolution for the conformatory bylaw that we, the council, the corporation, the township of Brunel, and Dock and Raglan hereby adopts bylaw 2023-53, being the bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the November 1st, 2023 regular meeting of council, having been introduced and read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Coppell, seconded by Councillor Banks. All those in favor?
Yes.
The motion is carried. I need a mover for adjournment, please. At 7:09 p.m. by Councillor Coppell. What time? 7:09 p.m.
909.
909.
No, 9:09. And that would have been good.
Last meeting.
I did. Councillor Coppell.